Hi, and welcome back. Let's continue our learning in this topic. The next thing I'll share with you is expense risk. This risk measures the sensitivity of insurance companies' liability for the resultant in higher expense rate than charged in the premium. Moreover, expense risk is the risk associated with unfavorable variability of expenses incurred in servicing insurance or reinsurance. For example, the variability in expense liability cash flows due to the variation of the in-force policies, excess claims, lapses and surrenders, new business decrease and other circumstances that could have impact on unit expenses. All maintenance expenses that are estimated including non-commission premium and claim expenses are included in the shocks. Next, tax timing differences reflected in liabilities, and expenses that are contractually guaranteed by third parties are excluded from the shocks. Finally, expense risk required capital is calculated in aggregate for level, trend, volatility and catastrophe risks for each geographic region. Expense risk also include: first, divorce, resulting in the need to set up separate households. Second, damage to property, or to other persons, who then claim compensation. Compensation claim is the prerogative demanded by an employee who is injured, disabled or suffering from illness in connection with work. Third, medical expenses, which are any costs incurred in the prevention or treatment of injury or disease. Medical expenses include health and dental insurance premiums, doctor and hospital visits, co-pays, and many more. Fourth, the cost of frail care, especially for the elderly, which is the care that need of human unable to perform activities of daily living such as eating, personal hygiene and moving about without assistance. The cost is depending on the facility and the quality of care. Fifth, interest charges, on housing loans particularly. Basically, interest charges refers to the sum of interest on credit card account and it is broken down by transaction type. Sixth, inflation, which is economic term that refers to an environment of generally rising prices of goods and services within particular economy. As general prices rise, the purchasing power of consumers decreases. The measure of inflation over time is referred to as the rate of inflation or the inflation rate. Commonly, people may refer to inflation as the rising cost of living. Lastly, longevity risk, being the risk of outliving one's retirement savings. First, we will talk about divorce. This is a major source of financial hardship and uninsurable. The law may compel the better-off partner, probably the non-custodial parent if there are children, to contribute to the support of the poorer partner, overwhelming the mother. Besides, the financial ramifications involved could include a new rental or mortgage payment for a separated spouse as well as new alimony and child support payment to be made for both the short and long term. In general, it is best to accept that change is on the horizon and act accordingly. In other words, be prepared for money to suddenly be in short supply. Another misconception is the fact that, in concert with the marriage dissolution, each party receives half of what was shared and that is that. Unfortunately, it is not as simple as that. Not only are there actual costs involved in the present with a divorce, but down the road, too, as spouses do not necessarily earn the same amount of money or possess the same potential to earn money in the future. Also, in many cases today, many couples are extended financially beyond their combined means, let alone singularly. Oftentimes, the financial structure of a given household is particularly frail and both parties can literally be swept away by a powerful event such as divorce. Next, property. People normally accumulate tangible assets as they age. The most serious loss would be significant damage to a house. In addition, losses to cars, household appliances and furniture are likely to be less significant but might still be worth insuring. It is worth remarking that people are not always logical and sometimes obviously overinsure. Further, one should only buy insurance against losses that would be significant. This can be achieved through the use of excesses where the people insured pay for the smaller claims themselves and pay the first of the large claims. Lastly, it is difficult to find an insurer that will offer a sufficiently large excess. We will continue our learning about this topic on the next video. Thank you.